After a record-breaking corn crop last year, will farmers plant as many acres this year? USDA is out with its latest predictions. I'm Clinton Griffiths. The agency unveiling the numbers at this year's Agricultural Outlook Forum. Let's get straight to the numbers. Now it's predicting corn plantings at 94 million acres this year. That's down from 98.8 million last year. Soybeans in at 85 million acres. That's up from last year's 81.2 million. Wheat at 45 million acres, down slightly from a year ago. AgDay's Michelle Rook joins me. Michelle, it's clear corn prices right now might have farmers changing things up.
Clinton, price is one factor playing into acreage decisions, but farmers are also looking at the impact higher fertilizer costs may have on corn profitability. And for soybeans, farmers are looking at higher crush for biofuels and a better export environment than a year ago when farmers planted less acres anticipating a trade war with China. USDA is projecting corn acres to fall 4.8 million acres in 2026, with an increase in soybean acres of 4 million to 85 million. That's according to USDA's chief economist.
They're looking into factors, obviously the soy to corn price ratio, which is trending towards more bean acres relative to previous years. We're getting close back to that 10-year average of the ratio between soy and corn price, which trends towards a little bit more bean acreage this year when compared to corn.
The agency left soybean yield at 53 bushels, which raised production by 188 million bushels to 4.45 billion. But ending stocks were nearly the same as last year, which was positive according to market analyst Naomi Bloom.
They increased the export demand again, and I thought that was good. That means that maybe they think China will come in and buy some more, and they already increased that crush demand number enough to where it should help with our total demand. And so ending stocks this morning on the Outlook Forum went to 355, up only from 350 this last year.
As far as corn acreage, Bloom says 94 million acres does seem a bit low, but some planting decisions are still being made based on price, fertilizer costs, and last year's big corn yields.
At the end of the day, people like to plant corn. They like to harvest corn. They like to work with corn more than soybeans. So I do think that the corn planted acre number, I think it'll be less than what we planted this past year, but I don't know where it's going to fall into place.
For corn, USDA surprisingly put yield at 183 bushels, down 3.5 bushels from this year's record, and they lowered ending stocks to 1.8 billion, but Bloom questions that number.
It's probably going to be closer to 2 because I think that the feed number is maybe still too high for demand, just based on what we have for the cattle herd.
For wheat, the agency lowered acreage 300,000 to 45 million acres, with ending stocks nearly unchanged at 933 million. Still, USDA sees slightly improved price prospects for 2026.
But prices generally expected to move modestly higher. We see about a dime increase in price per bushel for both corn, beans, and wheat, about 3-cent gain in season average price forecast for upland cotton, and about a $2.20 increase in the price of all rice.
Which is at least some good news for farmers. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for AgDay.